I think we're all having fun with these versions of Black Mirror episodes of my hair loss channel. What if this were different and we all had to do it differently this way, right? I've made a few that this is kind of another one in that family. What I want to consider, so obviously, if you've watched 3 of my videos, you've heard me say, my theory is the sooner you can grow a full beard, the more likely you are to lose your hair sooner than other guys. You know, I had this kind of stubble at age 16, which was for me 20 years ago, right? And so that's always been my theory. Hairier guys, especially when they're hairier or younger, tend to be the ones that are going to be the first to freak out about having a Norwood 2 at age 20, as compared to the guy who still can't grow a full beard or even have hair under his arms at age 27. Of course, he's the guy that's going to be 50, 60 years old and still be Norwood 1. That's my theory. All of you know that. But what if we did a slight twist on that? What if, let's say you are age 20, and right now you can make it kind of a deal with your biology or whatever, and that would be that you will definitely be able to keep your hair. You're never going to get worse than a Norwood 1. You'll have some slight temporal receding, that's it. Thick hair, no diffuse thinning. You'll get to keep your hair for the rest of your life and never have to worry about it. But you have to be a hairy guy. And I mean hairy as me. I'm not going to take off my shirt and all that stuff, but just I am a hairy guy. When you have to get a pair of clippers at least once a month and do the whole thing, otherwise you just get snagged in your own clothes all the time and it's all you can think about. When it's at that level, that's where I'm at. Okay? So I'm just wondering, for those of you who are younger and are kind of at that point where I think I'm Norwood 2, am I losing my hair? Let me watch this Nick Shell guy to figure it out. Those of you, and many of you are at that stage. For those of you who are at that stage, would you be okay with having to deal with being a very hairy guy the rest of your life? You'd have to get a pair of clippers with a zero guard and just shave everything, and yes, I mean everything. Mirrors will be involved. Different angles will be involved. You'll be very hairy, but you'll get to keep your hair. Would you opt to be as hairy as I am in order to not go bald? That's my question. I'm just curious. Is it worth the trade-off to be that hairy? I mean, because even like for my back, I don't know. I manscaped it a few weeks ago, but let's just kind of see. I mean, this is after it's already been manscaped. You probably can't tell at all, so I guess that was just a waste of time. But I mean, even with my arm hair, you can tell like not as bad as Robin Williams, which he didn't necessarily go bald, but maybe he had a hair transplant. I don't know. But I mean, this is after what, 2 weeks of me buzzing it off. So just think Tom Selleck, okay? I'm Tom Selleck hairy, which is funny because he's, how old is he? Like 70, and he's only Norwood 3. Again, we don't know exactly who's had hair transplants. We can't always know that. I don't know. What do you think? Would you be okay with, for the rest of your life, having to be so hairy that you have to just shave it off once a month, but you never have to worry about losing your hair? Now, of course, again, according to my theories, this is the opposite of what I always teach. What I do teach is, if you're a hairy guy like me, you're more likely to go bald sooner. So you get to be extra masculine. You can grow this awesome beard, plenty of hair all over your body, but you're going to experience hair loss sooner than everybody else. That's what is reality. What's not reality is that you would get to keep your hair, and then you'd have to be a hairy guy. Would you choose to be a hairy guy if it meant that you didn't have to lose your hair? This is a twist on reality. Comments.